Back in early April, when the marketing vice president of Bud Light, Alyssa Heinerschein, enacted her brilliant plan to partner with a certain transgender person and then insult the majority of their consumer base by calling them fratty and out of touch, Bud Light couldn't post a tweet without being bombarded with negative responses. Because of that, they actually had to stop tweeting back on April 14th. Well, they're back. Only this time, they're trying to get back in our good graces by seemingly promoting the values of small town America. But will it work? Let's talk about that. Hey, welcome back to Enough with the Crazy. So, with everyone aware of the financial struggles Bud Light has been facing since this boycott began, it should not come as a surprise that their sales continue to decline, especially since what they did in such a short time was change their consumers' perception of what the brand represents. Back in the day, Bud Light represented what it was that men liked: beer, women, sports, barbecues, etc. And all of that was important to their success as the majority of their consumer base were men. But now, thanks to their brilliant marketing strategy, it has quickly become what the majority of its customer base views as everything contrary to what represents a man. And I honestly don't think that they can ever undo that perception. But after being silent on Twitter for 10 weeks, they have returned in an attempt to display their supposed support of small town American values, all the while supporting the Toronto Pride Parade, where fully naked men and women rode bikes and marched around in front of children. So I want to read some of this Fox News article that discusses this in greater detail. Bud Light is serving as an official sponsor of the Toronto Pride Parade, where video footage shows naked men standing around and riding bicycles in clear view of children attending the event. The footage, captured by Beth Beisch of the Post Millennial, shows dozens of attendees riding past a large cheering crowd. The fully naked bikers, some covered in paint or tattoos, wave back at the crowd. One naked man high-fives an onlooker, while another pedals a recumbent bike with a gold blow-up swan adorned around his neck. A second video shows a group of naked men with hats standing in a circle amidst the crowd. Several children walk past a group of men with their families. Another clip shows a person wearing a giant penis costume that covers his entire head. The camera captures a young girl sitting in a stroller and staring toward the Pollock costumed individual. Other videos show a group of naked men playing and rinsing themselves off alongside a fountain surrounded by kids. Meanwhile, a stage clearly adorned with Bud Light branding features scantily clad dancers wearing fishnets, nipple stickers, and strange sock-like masks. Look, this is utter depravity. First of all, what kind of parent would expose their children to this type of perversion? Secondly, what does it say that there are no arrests made for adults exposing themselves to children? Isn't it illegal to indecently expose yourself in public to anyone, let alone a child? Because if it's not, then there is no longer a precedent to have a pervert arrested for exposing himself to children in a park. But this is what Bud Light sponsors in spite of the intense financial loss their company has endured because of the boycott. And this is the statement they made on their website concerning their sponsorship of this parade that allowed this despicable conduct. Bud Light has been a proud partner of Pride Toronto for the last 10 years. This year, we're commemorating this milestone with Pride Toronto by featuring them on our can design, as well as continuing as the official beer sponsor of the festival. Now think about this. The week ending June 17th, Bud Light had their biggest sales loss to date. It was a 28.5% drop according to Nielsen IQ. The week before was 26.8%. And it's not just their sales that are taking a huge hit. Their stock price dropped from $66.73 to $56.50. That's a 15% drop, which is big in the stock market as it translates to a $27 billion market share loss. So in spite of having to suffer such great losses, Bud Light decides to continue its support of sexualizing children by doing so in another country, all the while trying to convince everyone here that they're all for small town USA values. But do they really think that we're so gullible that we won't notice things like this? Do they really think that we'll simply buy into their con job and return to supporting them? What's insulting is that even in the ads that they have in their tweets, is as if they truly think that they're emphasizing the value of small town America, when in reality, what they're doing is displaying how incompetent they think we are. So it's no wonder that they think we're so naive that they can con us into supporting them once again. Now, although I can't show you the videos because of copyright issues, I'm sure that they think they're being affectionately humorous in the ads they've posted in their tweets dated June 22nd and June 23rd. But to me, it demonstrates just what they perceive small town Americans to be like. Because in those ads, they display small town America as those who aren't smart enough to wear sandals while walking on hot surfaces, or as anyone who even knows how to close a refrigerator door. Not to mention, women who will sunbathe with their phones on their stomachs for so long that it leaves a clearly visible white spot. They also show a guy who is so unaware of what he's doing that he can't even see the screen door is closed and ends up walking through it, dropping his tray of food onto the ground, all the while looking bewildered at what he just did. Also, they show a woman who is such a glutton that although everyone around her is resisting gale force winds, her only concern is continuing to eat her huge half of an entire watermelon, as well as a man who can't open a keg of beer without it erupting in his sunburnt face. Then in their next tweet, you see a woman who can't figure out how to loosen a bag of ice without completely destroying it by raising the bag over her head and throwing it onto the concrete. This is clearly what Bud Light thinks about mainstream Americans, and it's no wonder then that they think we'll be too stupid to realize what they're still doing in their support of sexualizing children. Now, I don't for a moment believe that it is Budweiser's purposed intent to sexualize children as part of their business strategy. However, when you know that this is what an organization you support is doing, and then you continue to finance them in spite of that, instead of rejecting them, then you are just as guilty as they are. And look, what all of this proves to us is that we are right to disavow this company because it is abundantly clear that Bud Light supports the sexualization of children by their continual support of degenerates like these. And because they keep making it abundantly clear just how they view their customer base. So if after all the financial consequences they have endured, they continue to demonstrate that they care more about supporting those who attempt to sexualize kids than they do their own company's success, or more importantly, in protecting children, then we get the message loud and clear. And that message is, you just don't get it. Or more accurately, you have made it very clear which side you've chosen to be on. So with all the time that has passed wherein they could have made this right, that time is long gone. They've made their choice crystal clear. So let's continue on to make sure that they suffer the consequences of our choice to not support them. So let me know in the comments just what your thoughts are. If you enjoy this type of content, please take the time to share it with others, as it will definitely help the channel to grow. And please don't forget to hit that like button, click that subscribe button, and punch that notification bell to be notified of any and all new videos. Hey, as always, I just want to say thanks for taking the time to listen. Until next time.